Whew. Hey, love bugs, what's up? I hope you're having a good morning, noon, night, whenever this video may reach you. Do your girl a favor and hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell. Ooh. So you can get that thing whenever I upload a new video. So today, we are going to be talking about whose fault is it when a Black man commits a crime? And we're going to be doing a call-in show. And I really, really want to know what you all think, because we just did a live where we were talking about the Black femicide rates, and we were talking about a case with a woman by the name of Crystal Evans that was unalived by her ex and her estranged husband that she left. She got a court order of protection against him. He legit unalived her outside of the courthouse. So for people saying, leave, she left this man. She was no longer with this man. And people are still blaming her and saying, get out, you need to leave, you need to get out. Hey, DH, yes, what's going on? CJ the cat, how are you? This is beets, purple carrots, elderberry, and I forgot what else is in this, but it's actually delicious. Hey, TT, hey, PJ. Refreshing. What's up, God's anointed? What's up, Quaisha? We back. Hey, how do you pronounce Lazea? Did I say it right? That's a pretty name. Everybody up in here, make sure you're hitting the like button on your way into my house. Make sure you're paying the entry fee, period. Yes, in the building. I'm trying to wait for a few more of you all to join us. Yes. My phone is dying. But that's okay. Everybody, make sure you hit the like button. Okay. Thank you, boo. Now let me. So we're gonna do. Everybody could get like 3 minutes a piece if anybody wants to call in. And I'm gonna be up here. I don't know how long. I do need to catch the store before it closes completely. So I got a little bit of time. I love the red. Thank you, boo. Wait, what did I do? I thought I just posted it. I did not. Okay. I thought I posted it, but let's do it again. And let me pin it. Oh. So since we're on here, I'm gonna re-pull up the case so that you can actually see it. Shouts out to It's On Site. Georgia woman allegedly unalived by ex-husband who stalked her after she found out he was on the down low and broke up with him.
Dead, another injured after a shooting near the Spalding County courthouse. Both Griffin police and Spalding County deputies, they were called to the scene earlier. And police say that both of the people, they knew each other. But right now, police are still investigating what exactly led to this shooting. Police say that there is no active threat for the public at this time. Person is dead, another injured after a shooting near the Spalding.
This is her, and this is what she was posting. Dude, please leave me alone. It's over. Move on with your life, please, respectfully. And then this is him. This is the guy. He looks crazy. I don't know. He got a crazy look. And she was pretty. Like, it's sad that I have to walk around terrified for my life, my children's. I know if something happens to me, please know who did it. This man has said numerous times that he's going to unalive me. I'm posting and trying to leave a paper trail. This man is extremely dangerous. I have plenty of people who have heard him say this, and he's told this to. Leave me alone. Tom Mallory, go have your affairs and go with your men behind my back like you always go down low, brother. Always do down low, brother. Didn't want to stop talking to him when I found out you are pathetic. Gay man behind my back. This is them. That's so sad. Mm-mm. His eyebrows give off an evil vibe. Yeah, he do look the eyes exactly. Let's go back to where you could actually see him. He looked crazy. He do look crazy. Now I wonder if he really got mad and unalived her because she found out that he was on a DL. Like, or what I think it was that really took him over. Oh, he's just crazy, period. But I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, was it the fact that he was not living in his truth? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Like, he wasn't really being himself. Y'all, another Ladybug is here with me, and it's a whole different one. Do y'all see that? Like, this is the second Ladybug. A whole different one. Like, what? Oh my God. It has these little green things on its back. Maybe she outed him. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out he didn't want to expose him. But then my whole thing is like, if she left him, then why keep stalking her? Like, it's that part for me. Why continue to stalk her? I don't get it. It's so sad, PJ. It's so sad. I don't know. I don't know, you guys. It's crazy. Oh my goodness. Why do I keep getting these? Oh, let me do this. Hold up. I'm just so over, like, it's like every other week we continuously seeing these videos and these stories about men unaliving women. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, if you don't want to be with somebody, just leave. Like, just leave. Why do you need to your life? Like, that's just so evil and demonic. Like, just leave. It's really sad. And then you leaving kids without a mother, like, no regard for anybody but yourself. And then try to unalive yourself, but could barely do it. Like, what? It's that part for me. Like, why you wasn't successful taking yourself out? Talking about we don't know the condition he in. Why wasn't he successful to take himself out, but he successfully took her out? It's the mental illness for me. And living your truth. He probably intended to unalive her because he wanted his cake and eat it too. Hey, Danita. He wanted to intimidate her. Maybe, LJ, it means you will have luck and love. Yeah, because this is the second one. Like, look at it. I'm like, what? Don't mind the makeup and all of the stuff on this bottle, child. But look, this is a whole different one from the one that was here earlier. The last time I saw two ladybugs, though, it was last year around my birthday when my other grandfather had passed. And my biological grandfather just passed. But I'm gonna go for the love and the luck and the money. We're gonna go for it. This is so cool. Like, oh, ladybugs came to visit me today. Wow. And it didn't even fly away or anything. Thank you, DH. Thank you, babe. Hey, Quaisha.
Hey, boo. Hey, love bugs.
How you doing?
Good now that I'm finally home in the comfort of my own peace safe. But yeah, so I just kind of want to call in on that accountability.
Okay,
men, especially with women.
Mm-hmm.
So my issue is this: if you're not going to take accountability, like how you said earlier,
Mm-hmm.
then stop trying to be a leader, because you can't be both. You
Thank you.
can't point the blame, and you can't be a leader.
Thank you.
And they clearly understand this, because let's put some of these nerds in the work environment. If you're the team lead and things go wrong, do they blame the regular employees on the team? No, they blame the team lead. Let's talk corporate.
Hello.
Since everybody want to be an entrepreneur. All these black men want to be an entrepreneur. You own a business. Something goes wrong with an employee. Who gets sued? Not them. You do. So I don't understand how none of that can translate in anything else. The
That
same basic rules, the same critical thinking, the same skills is transferable from different situations. So I don't understand, if you see other men that look like you committing crimes or doing heinous acts against other people, why do you blame the women? Blame the person doing the action.
Did you see that guy that said they blame the mother that raised them?
And I saw that, and honestly, that person's full of baloney, and that's the cleanest way for me to say it. They full of baloney. They full of toxic, rotten, spoiled baloney. Because ain't no way you're gonna blame a mother for the actions of a grown person. Because these aren't even teenagers doing half of this stuff. The teenagers are just too busy doing gang activity, and they do gang activity because their uncles and they older cousins and they older nephews, so some of them got children multiple different ages. They see them doing the gang activity. So they ain't even hurting just women, they're hurting everybody in the community. For teenagers, the people hurting women and little children are grown men. Stop blaming the mother for grown men actions. You a grown person.
That part.
Take that accountability. Stop trying to put off on other people, and stop trying to get out of consequences, because that's the one thing they want to cry out Christianity. You a so-called Christian. Well, guess what Christians know? There's consequences to every action you make.
Mm-hmm.
So stop with the BS. Don't tell me, oh, you the head, but you acting like the tail.
Oh, they didn't even acting like they part of the body at this goddamn point.
Just robots at this point.
It's just ridiculous. This is why I'll be like, men are naturally submissive. Y'all don't want to be leaders. And I appreciate when they come up in the chat and they say it, because I'm so over this, oh, you need to be submissive. You need to do, like, y'all don't want a true submissive woman, because how could you have full authority over someone's life when you don't have authority over your life? You keep saying it's not your fault, it wasn't you didn't do it. So what the fuck? Like, what are we really doing here?
And honestly, and not even just that part, they don't want a submissive woman, because submissive women are smart. They want an idiot. They want somebody who don't know left from right. They don't know their colors, they don't know their numbers. They want somebody crippled. They don't want a submissive woman, because a submissive woman wouldn't even give them a time of day.
These men just argue for the right to treat you like trash, and for you to just shut the hell up and don't say nothing. That's really all that's going on.
And honestly, the treatment of trash is just a reaction. What they really want is to be able to do whatever they want, however they want, whenever they want. And unfortunately, in life, there are consequences to your actions. If you lay down with a woman, guess what may happen? You may have a child. If you commit a crime, guess what? You do the crime, you do the time.
But they're going to say, no, it's the woman's fault because she opened her legs.
But if we're going to blame that, then none of them need to be coming at Cynthia G, because Cynthia G gave them the solution for that already. So again, stop trying to put off on other people. Take accountability for your brothers and handle that. Because as sisters, they keep saying women don't take accountability. Yes, we do. We go off on Sexy Red. We go off on Sexy Red, Krishan Rock all the time. We don't associate with them women. We don't know those women. We clown those women just as much as you do.
Yep.
So stop trying to say the Love Jones and the Love Bugs and that we don't take accountability for everybody. No, we give accountability as it should. And this time it's y'all. It's y'all turn to sit at the seat and eat some humble pie. I've literally been blasting that new Kendrick song, that line, Lord, keep these lame blanks away from me, because I'm like, because these people is crazy.
Oh my God. It's true. It really
Y'all
is.
are embarrassing.
Super embarrassing. Perpetual state of victimhood. I just cannot. I'm like, what is happening? Like, are these grown-ups? Like, and then they get upset when I'm legit reading articles and reading off statistics that they love to say, where's the statistics? Where's the proof? And I'm like, okay, so I decided, I was like, I don't know all of these things offhand, off the top of my head. And I've said that before, like I would never go and try to debate somebody because I don't have all of the numbers. I don't have all of the analytics, but I do know how to read. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You have Google. So I'm like, I'm just going to start citing sources and pulling up articles. Even doing that, they still say it's cap, toxic femininity, it's a lie, it's equal, it's women. I'm like,
and I will also tell you why this as well. And I don't care how none of them feel about it. If they got a problem, they can at me. My name is spelled correctly at the bottom if you want to know. Have a great time trying to find me and at me. But a lot of them people should not have graduated school. And I bet you half of them never even got their high school diploma or a GED. I mean, let's be for real. They're lacking basic concepts that a kindergartner would know.
that part.
And the only reason why I'm going this hard is because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it in real life. I'm sick of it on social media. I'm sick of it. Y'all grown and y'all too old. I bet you half the men in the comments that be dropping them comments is over 45 years old. Sit your old behind down. You got gray hair everywhere, but you worried about what a 20-something-year-old is doing? How about you mind your business and go buy a house? Please.
And then they be swearing they married and they get like, bitch, no, you're not. Not happily, because if my husband is sitting up in a woman's comment section trying to cuss her out, I'm not gonna with that. Like, I'll be like, why are you in a single woman's comment section and trying to tell her anything about relationships? Like, what are we doing here?
First of all, they have no grounds to stand on because the real ones who are in happy relationships aren't even on social media, period. Those men are well fed. Those men mind their business. Those men take care of the house. They're too busy trying to make their woman's life easier.
Or they're at work.
Trying to make their woman's life easier. Trying to make moves. These men complain about everything. And then they get mad when another man points it out too. So not only are you mad at women, you mad at men for the few, the very few. The very like 10%, 5% men that point it out. I see on TikTok all the time. I'm like, this man said nothing wrong. This man said something that somebody should have told you years ago. Now, I will say this. I will blame a little bit of our mothers and grandmothers and our aunties for not keeping their foot on their neck the way they were supposed to. And that's why we got some of these remedial grown men out here not understanding the same way we had to do our homework. They was too busy outside trying to play cops and robbers. So I will say I wish the women of the older generations would have kept their foot on these men's necks before they became men. But outside of that, they can't be blamed for their actions. Because nine times out of 10, we're talking about boomer mothers. Boomer mothers went to church. So how are you going to tell me that mother raised you wrong?
Or raised you to be out gangbanging or unaliving women. Like,
or to be a weak nerd, too busy on a computer instead of being in the real world.
It's ridiculous. It really, the accountability is like the lack thereof is like, I always say that I feel like me doing the show is like a social experiment. I did not know that it was like this. Like, even watching Sinji, shouts out to her. I miss her over here. Somebody told me to. But even when I would look in her comment section, I didn't see that many men. I think it's the vertical live. You get what I'm saying? That just has so many different people like pooling into the comment section. But reading their comments, I'm like, is this really how these men think out there? It's scary.
Well, honestly, Love Jones, I feel like, and I might be a little controversial when I say this, so I apologize in advance. My opinion does not reflect Love Jones. I'm gonna just put that disclaimer out there because some of y'all just like to be nosy and like to be messy boots. I think it's because you're attractive and you fit a particular aesthetic. And so when they click on the live, they see a beautiful woman. They see the hair. They see the makeup. They see they see the body. Because that's all they can compliment on.
Mm-hmm.
And when they hear you, and they're forced to hear you because they can't click off for some reason, their fingers just don't know how to work. They just, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I don't know how to swipe off. They get mad at what they're hearing because technically they want women like you who are beautiful, women like the Love Bugs who are beautiful women to not say anything. They want us to be the quiet, docile, we keep our opinions to ourselves, like how our mothers and grandmothers and aunties and great grandmothers used to do back in the day.
And thank you for the compliments, but I agree. I agree with what you're saying because, and I've said this too, like if I was an undesirable woman, then it would make more sense. Like, oh, she can't get a man. You get what I'm saying? And they still try to say that. She can't get a man. She just a bitter baby mama. But like, that's not my life. I could get a man. Who says I don't got a man? Bitch, I got a couple men. Like,
girl. They call you baby mama because in the words of Beyonce, they wish they could make you a baby mama. But no, we elevating over here.
It's crazy. And if I did have a child, that would not take away from what I'm saying. It wouldn't make me less of a woman because we are here to have children. And this is another thing. Like I wish that we could destigmatize being a single mother. I'm not an advocate for it. However, things are circumstantial. You don't only just become a single mother because you was sleeping around the whole neighborhood and let everybody turn. Sometimes you are in love. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're married and you get a divorce. There's so many different circumstances that could make a woman a single mother. Your husband could be unalived. He could pass away. Like there's so many different factors. They just automatically attribute it to you just being loosey-goosey and letting everybody smash and not, having a one-night stand when this couldn't be the furthest from the truth. Those situations do exist. However, a lot of women were in love with their baby father. A lot of women were in relationships. Some women were married and things just didn't work out. So why do women have to wear a scarlet letter because a man left?
I think the issue with that is, and I even said this in the comments of the last live, they live in these boxes. So if you don't fit in these boxes, that's when they can't compute anything, like robots, like literal robots. So they see a woman that has children, they can't think of nuance. Nuance is too difficult for these particular kind of men because there are men out here who understand life happens. They understand situations happen. They understand people live and people go away. They understand the nuances of life. But a lot of these men who don't have social skills, who have issues, they can't compute nuance. They only know boxes. They only know checkpoints, checklists. Mm-hmm. And because they only know checklists, they don't have empathy because it's like, oh, wait, it's not a box that doesn't fit here. Or it's not this, so it doesn't fit here. So that's the issue. We're dealing with a lot of men who should have not been passed in school. They should have been held back for another 12 years.
Not another 12.
Another 12, because some of them wasn't passed in the second grade. A lot of the issues we're dealing with are lessons you learn when you are 8 years old. 7 to 8 years old.
You're right. And I have to once again second what you said about mothers coddling their sons. We did a live on that because we are a part of the problem as far as that's concerned too. Not so much like, younger people, but generations ahead of us, the coddling is insane. Like you're not even putting them out the fucking house and requiring them to get a job, letting them live in the basement, letting them be king of your house. And you got a man that's coming in that can't even really correctly love you because your grown ass 45-year-old son is still there. It's just ridiculous.
Or the ones who are married, because some of these men claim to be from a 2-parent household. Okay, well, your mother definitely should have told you responsibilities. You should know how to cook for yourself. You should know how to clean for yourself. You should be able to know how to balance a checkbook by yourself. You should be willing to be able to learn in school and pick up things by yourself. Nobody should have to teach you things, because when you get older, there might come a time where you have to cook for yourself. What are you gonna do? Depend on a woman for that? That's not sustainable as an adult and survival skills. I literally was just yelling at my mother and grandmother earlier today about this. Y'all coddle these grown men. The same treatment you give your daughters is not the same you give to your sons and your nephews and your grandsons. Keep that same energy, because now they thinking that their little cookies is amounting the same as our cake.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're sitting there trying to compete with me, and you can't even compete with me.
Hello, ding, ding, ding. Courtney says, right, we saw Cam and saw how Cam Newton reacted. The doctor was beautiful, and he couldn't take accountability in her having standards.
Exactly. It's an issue. These men think they're lower downstairs, and they never develop their upstairs. And the ones who develop their upstairs, they don't have these issues. You see them in the comments saying Love Jones is right. I tell my daughter the exact same thing. Mm-hmm. And some of us grew up with men in our lives that told us the truth. They told us, do not fall for the okie doke. They told us, this is what a man says this is what he means when he says that. They told us. So some of this is not even coming from our mothers. Some of this is being taught from our uncles, our grandfathers, our fathers, our older cousins, our godparents. You can't just assume somebody's life, because there's nuances. Every woman you meet is not going to be stupid.
Or just solely raised by a single mother with no male influence. Like, that is so unrealistic when they say that. Like, there was just no man around, nowhere in sight. Like, bitch, first of all, there's men everywhere. There's men at the church. There's men at school. There's men, you know what I mean? Like, at every turn of life, there's a male influence. And culturally, there's a male presence. So it's just ridiculous. Like, I'll just be like, this is fucking crazy.
It's just sad and embarrassing. And then for Black men, it's even more embarrassing, because now for me, I have other people of other races coming up to me trying to ask me questions about y'all negative behavior. And then I have to be the one to be honest, because I'm not going to lie about it either. I'm going to tell the truth. It's everybody's fault. It's their fault. It's y'all fault for putting those things in place. And it's their fault for being stupid enough to fall for that. It's everybody's fault. Mm-hmm. And they look at me and I'm like, oh, you thought I was gonna dog them out? I'm telling the truth. And then they sitting there like, oh, you thought I was gonna coddle you? I'm not coddling you. I'm telling you the truth. We in 2024. It's the year of the truth.
Period, Quaisha. You done hit some heavy points. But I'm gonna take the next caller, boo. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I'll be in the chat.
Okay. Hello, Go Kales.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah. Huh?
I think wait, talk. Let me see.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I have my headphones on, so I won't. Yeah, so I can focus.
It sounds like you're talking a little bit.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Am I echoing? Okay. My bad. If I messed it up. Okay, hold on. I'm on my phone. Can you hear me now? Is it better?
It's a little better. You sound kind of muffled, but go ahead. I think I could make out what you're saying.
Okay. So I just wanted to say, like, being on the internet for like the last 10 years or so, it just confirmed everything that I thought. Mm-hmm. Growing up in the hood, in certain areas, and I knew things weren't right as far as the relationships between men and women, Black men and Black women. But I didn't quite understand why there weren't like families, and why Black women was treated a certain way. But them having this discord online and stuff like that, I'm starting to understand my past and what I saw, and how I feel like what Black women don't understand is that a lot of Black men have waved the white flag a long time ago. Like when it comes to like trying to create a solid black community, when it
I'm
comes to trying to create a
sorry.
black solid.
So hard. It's so hard to hear you. Like I'm trying.
Oh, hold on,
It's
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
okay.
Is that better?
Oh my God, yes.
Is
Thank
that better?
God. Because I was like, what?
Oh, my bad. My bad. I'm thinking the headphones. I'm thinking the headphones is going to be better.
It sounds like you talking through like underwater or something. But go ahead.
Oh, okay. So what I was saying is like being on the internet for like the last 10 years, like, okay, so I grew up in the hood, right? And I grew up in the 90s. So I'm probably older than a lot of people on the live. But you when you grow up in the hood, you know things aren't right, but you just don't understand what's wrong with the situation. So like how you're wondering why it was so many broken families and so many um like black men who were not willing to do the right thing. I'm not saying that women are perfect, but I feel like women for the most part are willing to cooperate in a family structure. um, but just being on the internet and listening to the discord that black men have and all the reasons why they neglect their responsibilities. I kind of understand why the hood was so broken and stuff like that, and with so many broken black families. I feel like black men waved the white flag a long time ago, and I think black women are just realizing that. Like, in the 90s, we were just coming off of like the 70s, and I would say the mid 80s, to where it was I'm black and I'm proud. It was supposed to be like a cohesive black family. And, they kind of sold that to black women when all the while black men they had different intentions. I feel like black men were looking to be able to have a better deal under white supremacy, not necessarily um, be like the head of like the head of a black community. They just wanted a better deal under white supremacy, to where they can have access to white women. They can have access to all these women. They were never looking to have a family where it was a black man, black woman, black child. Like that wasn't the overarching priority. So I feel like uh and they kind of confirm it in a lot of their dialogue. So black women can't do anything right. You know what I mean? Every little thing that you do is the reason why you are not chosen and to be married, to be procreated with. Well, they'll procreate with you, you know, just
All day.
haphazardly. Yeah, all day
They,
long. Um, but that they won't honor you and create a solid family structure with you, because I don't feel like that's the priority. The priority is to live a life that they believe that the white man is, and not the average white man. They want to be Hugh Hefner. Like it's like they want to be that, versus being a normal family man. And the ones who, because being a normal a family man requires consistency and confidence, and I feel like a lot of black men just do not possess the confidence that it takes to lead a family. Even though they
wow.
talk a lot online, they just don't possess the real confidence that it takes. And they know this, and they make a lot of excuses, and they have a lot of weird, like, they live in a fantasy world.
Mm.
You know what I mean? They live in a fantasy world. When you hear them, they when they talking about spreading their seed all over the place, they talking about the lions and you know what I mean? When a lion spreads his seed, and I'm like, you're not a lion. You're a conscious human being. Like, why are you comparing yourself to the animal planet when if somebody called you an animal, if somebody called you an animal, then you will feel offended. But when you're trying to get out of your responsibilities, you run to this narrative of being some unbridled
You know what I mean? Just animal. And I'm like, why would you compare yourself to this? But overall, what I'm trying to say is that Black men, this dialogue is for content that they're having. They're not really having real conversations. I feel like the Black men who want families have families. The ones who don't and who are, biding their time and making excuses is because they really just don't have the confidence to do it. It takes confidence to lead a family, you know?
And this is
Um,
I always say when they say women don't take accountability, I always rebuttal that with women are forced to be accountable because if women have children, they have to raise
right.
their. They can't just leave. Like, I mean, that it's very rare that a woman will just leave her children. That's a piece of shit woman. The average woman is going to step up to the plate, lead her family, run her household. Even if she doesn't have anything, she's going to figure it out and make a way. The average man, if he feels like he's not prepared, he just leaves and that's it.
Exactly. Or he have asses, or he comes on the weekends. He comes when he can. He do what he, you know what I mean? It's not this thing where I have a child walking around in this world, and come hook or crook, I have to provide for this child. And
Exactly.
I just feel like if you don't do that, I just there's no hope. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Because at the end of the day, yes, can you leave a woman? Yeah, you can leave a woman. But your child is something different. If you cannot stay and provide for your child to the best of your ability, um, and this thing about the woman keeping the father away, I
Oh,
know there's some instances where that is true, but if you use your common freaking sense, how many women don't want to break? How many women don't want financial help? How many women don't, you know what I mean? Like, what woman would forfeit? Oh, you want to come and take care of your child. You want to be a father. You want to take him on the weekends. You want to take him during the week. You want to enroll him from school. Oh, no. You know what I mean? I'm going to keep you from doing that because I got all the time in the world. Like, that's not what's happening. Most women who are on welfare or getting any assistance is getting it in addition to her working.
that
Like, no
part.
one's sitting on it. That welfare queen excuse that died in the 80s. There haven't been no real welfare queen since the 80s and maybe the early 90s. If you get a little food stamp here and there, you're still working. You know what I mean?
And I don't
So
even
I just
do cash assistance unless you have a job, right?
right. Well, I don't know the whole system, but what I know, everybody who I know is getting a little assistance here and there. They're still working. They
Exactly.
can't just live off of it, especially with inflation, all the stuff that's going on, stuff being cut. Like yeah, you're not getting away with that in 2024. You're working. So I just feel like a lot of these men who are like antagonizing women, I would not take it to heart. A lot of those men have given up on themselves, ever having a family. Right now, they're just. I feel like they're getting their they're playing manhood on the internet. They're playing the man on the internet. They what they believe that. How do I explain it? Like when you don't have a real example of a man and you looking on the internet and you're just regurgitating what you think men are saying. When
Mhm.
really you have no experience on really leading a household, raising a child for real. You might have made one, but raising it for real and just being accountable. So the whole point of me calling up is do not internalize any of the negative things that men are saying on the internet because a lot of us they're not having real conversations. They are soothing themselves through putting down women. They're
That part.
soothing themselves. Yeah.
Yep, I agree. Thank you for calling
Yeah.
in.
All right. All right. Thank you.
Of course. All of these things are 1,000% valid, and men live in hypotheticals. Like the things that they talk about on the internet is not rooted or nor is it based in facts. And this is why I always say, hey, they're scamming you, they're lying, it's a dupe, it's a trick, it's a lie. Because they get up here and they pretend like women just want to be flued out and get a Birkin bag when the average woman really just wants you to help her parent the children. She wants you to give her a break so she can wash and shower and, use the bathroom or go get her nails done once a week. That's what the average woman wants. Like the average woman would love to have somebody that's actually going to go 50-50 if that's what they're going to do, because people say they're going to do 50-50 and the man is not doing 50% of the work. He might be bringing 50% of the cash for the bills and the rent or the mortgage, but he ain't helping. It's a lie. It really is a lie. Way more men are successful at being hypergamous and at gold digging in 2024 than the opposite is true in our community specifically. Oh yeah, and they are the biggest recipients of the benefits. They benefit the most off of the government, period. No matter which way you want to turn the key. We know it, but once again, this is what I said in the earlier live. We don't control the narrative. We don't control the propaganda machine. Our men don't control the media. Hey, Norris, we don't control the media, so we are not in control of how we are represented. They control the narrative. So they're going to always push things, images, stories in their best interest and to continuously make it look like we are at the bottom. It's all by design. You do have to work or look for work. Exactly. I knew that to be true. Like, I don't think that anybody's just getting cash assistance with no job. I don't know that to be true. Black men only fight for material things like their cars and male friends, but girlfriend and kids nowhere to be found. That's a good point. Look at Offset. Yep. Who is they? What you mean? Who is they? Who is they? Hi, is it they? How do you pronounce your name? Hello? Hello? You muted yourself. Unmute yourself, boo.
Oh, hey.
Hi. How do you pronounce your name?
Lasia.
Lasia. Okay.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
So, this whole situation brought me back to, something from, my high school years. So, in one of my classes, we had a debate of, why black men don't particularly go for, black women. And some of the responses that I remember from that conversation just, were a little telling. Kind of predicted a lot to what we're seeing now. Oh, well, I mean, how they don't want their children to go through the same difficulties that they have to go through. As far as skin color and the teasing and everything. But I'm that's also who you hang around, who you try to get them around, the opportunity that you try to get them. So I mean, they're gonna go through hardships, whether it has to deal with skin color or not.
And a lot of times these men think that they're going to have a biracial child that's going to look like an exotic child. Sometimes biracial come out with darker skin and kinky hair. Oh, is that? Turn me down in the background, boo. I don't know if that's that. No.
Oh, I'm outside. I'm at my job.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Yeah, some of the responses that I remember particularly are that of the skin color and I don't want someone who looks like my mom. Wow. I don't want someone who, doesn't respect me. And it's not the respect thing. You could tell from a lot of their responses. It's not about the respect thing. It's the fact that you want to that 50s mentality. You want to treat me like a child, but also have me as a housekeeper.
Yep. And they have not positioned themselves to be so demanding of women. It's ridiculous.
Ugh, you telling me.
I'm just looking around y'all want people to go to work all of these hours.
Come home and cook for you, make love to you, then also have to deal with kids and be the teacher, be the accountant, make sure we got enough money for bills and everything. But you still want to go out and do all that you want to do. No.
Who is doing that? sound appealing to me. I'm sorry, not at all. And I'm not even the type of woman that doesn't work. I always work. However, I like to do what I want to do for work, and I don't want to be working 24/7 for a man that feels entitled to my body, my time, my soul, my spirit, and my domestic labor. Because that's what women provide. And they keep saying what you bring to the table, a woman is the table.
Exactly. And it's just like, and I tell my boyfriend all the time, like, we talk about this all the time. And I'm glad he's a level headed person, not none of these other, men trying to overcompensate for what they lack. You know what I'm saying? He talks to me and
Mhm.
about stuff that he wants to learn about. Like, he doesn't really know how to cook as well as anybody else, but he still asks me, oh, like, the things that you do know how to cook, can you teach me how to make this?
Aw, that's sweet. As long as he treats you well and you all have good communication and you are getting what you need out of the situation. Always ask
Almost.
yourself, how does this relationship serve me?
It serves me very well, I believe, for the past 8.5 years. So,
All that counts. But thank
but
you
yeah,
for coming in.
thank you for taking my call.
Absolutely. Have a good night, boo. See, I think relationships are great when you are both on the same page, and you're working together toward whatever it is that you want to do, and you have a certain dynamic that works for the both of you. I don't believe that every relationship looks one particular way. However, generally speaking, women do bring a lot more to a relationship dynamic. So we should require more. We just should. And I think, because we're always blamed for everything, we're always shamed for speaking out. We kind of like Lasia was just saying about how we're always perceived as argumentative and disagreeable, and you want to seem like the cool girl that just goes with the flow and don't ever say anything. And that's where we have the discord, and that's where the issue ensues, because you should be able to be expressive and say, hey, this is not really working for me, I don't like this. And then if you're not getting what you need, then you say no, they say no, you say no, I say next, you say no, I say next. We cannot operate in a lack and a scarcity mindset, because there's somebody out there for you that will give you what you want and give you what you deserve and give you what you need, and you have to believe that. Hey guys, and I see, yes, I did see that, and I do want to talk about that. I would have liked to have. I don't know if I should talk about that in this live. Maybe we could. It brings them down to crazy work. They say if their mom can struggle and do it, we should too. Courtney, we done all heard them time and time again say, oh, yeah, because my mother worked 3 jobs and she never complained. Like, sir, your mother was tired. She was exhausted. She probably was resentful and miserable, but she didn't want you to see that side of her. So she didn't allow you to see that she was having a hard time, and you were the child. So you wouldn't understand, couldn't possibly understand what it was she was going through. And this is how they interpret their moms, as being mean and probably too strict, or always requiring them to like do something to help out with the other kids. Is because a lot of mothers, single mothers, or just mothers in general, are burdened with putting a whole family on their back with no adequate help. Streets raising these kids. Well, Born, I think you should encourage men to step up to the plate and be a part of the village that helps to raise the children. And she still got blamed, not the missing father. That part, Love Jones, you should come out with a shirt. I have one, Norris, on my merch shop. We have T-shirts that say "You say no, I say next." They never do. They think their mom is supposed to be superheroes and just be strong. That part, emotional support is an unquantified benefit that is discounted by men, but men run to women all the time. Hello, I talk about that too. We just call it being a therapist. Being a therapist, I was telling y'all about this guy that I dated that was so beautiful. Like, he looked like something straight out of a fucking magazine. Like, his skin was smooth. He did MMA fighting. He was ripped. He was tall. He had this beautiful, perfect, pearly white teeth. He was beautiful. But baby, the emotional trauma dumping that he was doing immediately, I'm like, yo, like, I don't even know you. Like, I haven't even slept with you yet, bro. I'm not invested in you enough for you to be telling me about the shit that happened when you was 10 years old with your grandmother. I was like, I don't care that he was telling me about how his grandmother and his mother called the cops on him when he was 16 and when he was 18. And sir, you are 30. Like, I do not care about what happened with your family and all the trauma that you have it was just, oh my God, it turned me off so bad. I did still sleep with him though. I did a couple times because I was like, maybe, because he just looks so good. And he wanted to be with me so bad. Like, he would just come randomly and be like, oh, let's go out. Or he would just like try to pick me up and stuff. And I was just like, damn, this is moving kind of fast. But he was just so fucking gorgeous that I said, damn. I was like, hey, I used to be really shallow at a point in a time or two. Okay, this was just a couple years ago, but that's all right. That's my business, all right. And even after that, like, he just started to be like just crazy. Like, he was always telling me about these instances where somebody had to call the cops on him. I'm like, these are all red flags. And now those are blatant red flags. And I did get the hell up out of there, okay? But every man does not come to you like that in the beginning. But the red flags was raining down. And I was like, oh no, this is not, this ain't gonna work. And then he got so mad at me. He told me I was he said I was a destroyer of mankind. He said I'm a man eater. He was like, oh, you just want to ruin a man's life. And I'm like, I didn't do shit to you, but tell you that I don't think we're compatible because you ticky boom. And I don't have time to be fucking counseling you and talking you off a ledge every 5 seconds. No matter how gorgeous you are, no matter how hung like a motherfucking horse, it just wasn't worth it. It was not worth it. I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm sorry. Like, no. He was like, that's why you're going to die alone. The same things that y'all say to me on the internet. It's not funny, but I honestly didn't do anything wrong to him. So I'm laughing because I really didn't do anything to him. I've tried. I really did try. It was just too much. He was way overbearing, like too much too soon. We only dated probably for like 3 months. And I was like, I got to get the fuck out of Dodge. I can't do it. And he was so sweet and like cuddly. Like, everything about him was great, except for he was emotionally like, it was like a lot of drama, a lot of trauma, and no accountability. Everything was everybody. His mother did this, his grandmother did this, his father did this. I'm like, you need some serious therapy, some serious counseling, and I am not the one for the job. I wouldn't tell nobody I'm 40 years old, and carrying on like this is embarrassing. What's going on? That's why I can't do pretty boys. They be crazy. Hold up, I've been with one woman in my 40 years. Okay. That's nice. I love that for you. Yeah, are you married? Are you married? Good evening, Holly. Dang, my phone dying. Y'all better hit that dang on link. Y'all be like, oh, do a call in. But I know a lot of people gonna be like, I didn't get the notification because YouTube be just liking to play in my face. I don't know what this is about. But make sure you all hit the like button, like the video. Like the video. I've not said anything to defend dudes not getting it done. When they are not around, I'm prone to look at the people still around to handle the situation. So blaming women pretty much. The woman, the person who stayed is who's at fault. The culture, society, none of that plays a hand in how men operate and how they're socialized. No accountability. No responsibility. All right, you guys, I'm going to stay up here for 5 more minutes and then I'm going to get out of here. Still her child. Don't let the streets raise them kids. Why do you keep saying that as if women are just out here sending their toddlers off to the wilderness, just out in a concrete jungle without any supervision? Like, I'm like, this is why people don't respect Black men. No accountability. Ooh. I wonder how the wife feels since you blame her for everything. Oh my God. I met her living in the projects and we got out quick as soon as our kids were born. That's good. At least you all leveled up. And it's nice that you stayed around to raise your children. You did what adults do. Cameron tried to pull off a Shannon Sharp by putting an IG video of him up. Are you serious? Oh, Jesus. I fell out when I read that too. Y'all are so entertaining. What a cool way to spend a Saturday night. Our kids have never been to jail. Nowadays, that is rare somehow. Quaisha don't play. I'll just check out on you, and it starts young. All the 3-4-year-olds done the same thing. What you mean? The top out? I'm confused. It's on his IG page. Oh my God. Should we go check? Are they showing anything, Norris? Oh, I saw that's from the movie. I think I don't know what the movie is called, but I just saw it. It's from a movie. What movie is it? What movie they was in? Not Get Rich or Try. What is it? What's the name of that movie that they did? I think Jay-Z was in it. I can't think of the name, but that's what that was from, I believe. It's from one of those movies. What happened? It was a scene from a movie that he did. I went to work at the preschool Thursday. Am I out? No, I'm not. Mm-mm. Nope, I'm not going out. Nature versus nurture. You keep saying nature versus nurture as if children aren't socialized by other people outside of their home. Kids have to go out into the world. there's men in the world. Recently, and yes, oh my goodness, Layla, we did touch on that. That was so horrific. He literally lit her up because she wanted to leave him. It's like if a person wants to leave you alone, just let them go. Like you don't have to unalive them. You don't need to do all of that. Just let them go. There's somebody else out there for you. And if you don't feel like that and you want to unalive somebody, just unalive yourself. Leave that person alone. Take yourself out. You don't need to take that person with you. It's a cowardice move. You cooking supper? What you making? His page was not hacked. That was from a movie. Mm-mm-mm. All right, y'all. I'm out. I love y'all so much. I might come back later. Who knows? And maybe we could talk about what happened with Ray J and his son, because we would need to do like a whole thumbnail and a whole situation for that. Yeah, I love y'all. I came back to do this for you all. Oh, Amberella just clicked on. All right, Amberella, we're gonna talk to you for a few, and then we gonna skedaddle. Hey, boo.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. I had to hop on real quick before I go to work. I was literally getting ready. That's why I couldn't get on sooner. Sorry. But y'all pretty much hit the nail on the head with everything. And you mentioned unaliving. But let's take it a step further. Who is responsible for the intimate assaults of people? The same with unaliving. You can't blame somebody for taking somebody else's life the same way someone who was intimately assaulted can't help somebody encroaching on their body unlawfully. So
Mm,
why is it the woman who gets the blame in the same situation? What was she wearing? Where was she at? What time was she out? Was she drinking? The same way you can that people try to apply that to that situation, you can't apply it to anything else a man does. People are responsible for their own actions. And you like society constantly likes to coddle men. And it's not even just women. Men have made it so that men take no responsibility, and we always have to accept responsibility for any and everything a man does. Cheating, lying,
yeah.
stealing. We have to take it all, and it's not fair to us when we, especially Black women, be in therapy, do the self work, get better jobs, start businesses. Why is it okay to always blame the person who is, I don't even like to use the word victim, but the victim in whatever situation it is that a man perpetrates? It's not fair.
At all. I don't know. It's just like everything is framed and shaped to whereas it's always a woman's fault. Like we don't have we don't live forever because a woman bit an apple. Like it's just
Yeah, but that is the thing. Even if Eve gave him the apple, he had his own autonomy to say no. God
exactly.
told us not
Yep,
to.
it's the Adam and Eve story. It's that part. It's
Everything. But who got to eat the apple in their throat?
it's I cannot.
So was it us or was it them really?
Oh my god. And you know
And then
what,
they
Amber?
again lied and flipped the script. I'm sorry.
It's ridiculous. The way they come up in the chat and are constantly deflecting. I'm like, and it always goes back to single motherhood and abortion. Like, bitch, we could be talking about the sky
Single
and
motherhood are abandoned mothers.
hello. This is what I oh my god. Y'all see me, I'll be yelling and ready to throw something because it's so infuriating. Like,
We be in the chat yelling with you. It makes zero sense. Like it boils my brain. Like literally, I'm half baked after every live because it's like, what do you people? Like, where is your logic? Like not even logic. Where is your smarts? Because logic is just a reasoning process. Clearly, y'all have none.
it's scary. I didn't know that it was this bad. I really didn't until I started doing this show and like actually seeing a lot of content and interactive. I'm like, this is fucking insane. Like when we were doing the live on conception and they just kept
Mm.
they couldn't compute. They couldn't. I'm like, are you? is this am I being punked? Like, y'all don't know how babies are made? Like, what?
It literally gives punk, and it like you said, it's terrifying. Like if these are the people that are out here, why do y'all think women are opting out and running away? Like this, the internet is just a small part of what is really in the world. Like it's a microcosm, it's its own little world, yes, but it shows a lot. And why would we want to engage with people who act like this, or try to sift through the good or the bad to find the good? It's just too exhausting.
It really is. And then they try to shame us for being a cat lady. It's safe. It's safer to
It
just be
is.
in the house with your cat as opposed to being child.
It is 10 times safer, and that's what they don't want to admit to themselves, is that they terrify a lot of us. They terrify each other, and they do it without abandon, and they do it without any consequences, and they do it without any accountability.
How like I mean, what do we even do? What do we do but just continue to level up and to decenter because we have to just decenter men. That's it. We cannot live our lives solely based on whether or not we are attached to a man, whether or not we are getting the man's approval, whether or not we have the male gaze, because it's really not safe. And I don't think people understand how much it's not safe for melanin rich women. Like reading those articles on the black femicide rate is, oh my God, it's chilling.
It is like it literally makes you want to weep, because it's like, again, what can you do? Like we can only do so much, and we can't make other people change. We can do whatever we can for ourselves, but if the people on the other side, i.e. the men, they want to just keep cutting up and being degenerate, what else can we do but detach? Like it's not by choice for a lot, and I think that's where a lot of our grandmothers and aunties and everybody, like, and mothers failed us, just saying do everything, you need to get a man, you need to get a man, you need a man. But it's like there's no hope with them in some cases. Like it seems like there's literally no hope. Like how many women across the globe have just been unalived just this week because of a
Yeah.
man?
I think it's every 4.5 hours.
Yeah, and the number is getting lower and lower and lower. It was 6.5 not a couple years ago. Now it's 4.5.
It's
Why
scary.
why should we try?
And then we really don't have any allies. This is why, people come and they say I'm racist. They say all types of shit. But at the end of the day, we are recruited for everyone else's movement. But when it comes to us, it gets swept under the rug. Like we never hear about these things. I don't hear about this. If I wasn't on YouTube and if I wasn't watching content and if I wasn't on TikTok, I wouldn't know what the black femicide rate was. I wouldn't know anything about that. It never gets any news coverage. No one's talking about it on a national level, but when a black man is unalive, they get a parade and all types of shit in their honor.
But when innocent children are alive, it's crickets.
Mhm. It's crazy.
It's just a weird and wild world they live in. They want us to continue to provide free labor and support them and their movements, and we make things move, we make stuff shake, but we
Hello?
get no support on the back end.
None. And it's about time we start waking up. And I see a lot of us waking up. Like I be seeing in the comments, they be like, this is not our fight. Do not go to bed. Just sit this one out. And I'll be so proud. Like, yes, the revolution is being
Yeah,
televised this time around.
yeah, we can. I mean, we can't, especially as Black women, we can't continue to support everybody when no one supports us. We have to just rally each other and hold each other up, because at the end of the day, we kind of all we have.
That part.
But it
But
was
I'm
lovely
glad.
talking to you. I'm gonna drop down because I gotta get ready to get to this job. It was
Don't
lovely
get
chatting with you.
jumped. Later, boo.
Always. So you have a good night. Later, love
You
bugs.
yes, we are woke. Yes. Have you ever been so tired you don't want to cook, then you don't eat? I thought it was real because Kim was cussing at the girls and he kept looking at his phone. It was from a movie, Norris. Yeah, I love to see women setting boundaries and accepting the correct accountability. Exactly. I'm gonna have to catch the rerun. Okay. All right, I'm out. We might come back to talk about a couple other things. I feel like I'm kind of tired, but I don't know. I'll be getting a burst of energy out of nowhere. If I do, it'll probably be faceless because, baby, I'm about to take all of this off. Show up as her, be her. Don't let nobody play in your face. You are the prize. The world is the stage. You're at the center of it. Life is a movie, and you are starring in it. I love you all so much. Thank you for joining this evening. Thank you for giving your feedback and your input. Shouts out to the people that called in. I'm so grateful for you all. I'm so grateful for this platform. I'm so grateful that I am able to use my voice to speak out against things like this, and we will do it more often. I'm just gonna keep going. We in the building, and we're gonna let this ride take us where we're supposed to go. Okay? And where we're supposed to go is to the motherfucking top. Shoot for the stars. Okay? If you don't reach the stars, you'll still be in bed with the moon. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. I love y'all so much. Good night.